Welcome. My name is Annalise, and this is the third video in the series Introduction to Constant Contact. In this video, you're going to learn how to edit the email in some really basic ways. Alright, so we already have our sample announcement email here. This is the name that it files it under when we're looking for it. As you can see, I mentioned that the logo has already appeared. That's in our account settings that the logo just automatically goes into every email that is created. Alright, so for this announcement, we want to change the title. We are going to imagine that we are announcing a event that is going on at the church on a Wednesday night. We're going to say we're having a picnic on Wednesday, a church picnic. So I'm going to title it Church Picnic. You just click, as you noticed, I just clicked on this block of text and it allowed me to edit, and then I just typed it in. What I wanted to say, I'm going to push the enter key, and I'm going to give us a date. The date is going to be March, and let's see, it's going to have happened yesterday, on the 13th. How about that? March 13th, 2013. Alright. I want this part of the text to be smaller, so I'm going to highlight this section of the text while I'm working on it. And right here, this changes your font size, so I'm going to shrink it down to maybe 14. That looks about right. We better put a time on here. Let's see here, I'll put Wednesday. Oh, and we'll say here, let's do at 5 p.m. I'll even do it just like that. How about that? That sounds good. Alright, if you want to change the color of your text, you highlight it again. You change the color here. We can click, and I want it to be a pretty blue color. Just going to get a simple blue. Alright. The blue. You can also change the font style if you want to change the font. So you highlight it again. You can change it to any of these. I'm going to make it Comic Sans. I like that. It's a cute font. And I'm going to change this one too. Alright, and I'm going to push save to get out of this box. This is the little save button. If you make a mistake and you need to undo something, you just click the undo button. As far as I know, there is no limit on the undo button as long as you haven't saved it. If you've saved it, the undo button may not work for you. If you made changes but you wanted it the way you had originally had it, then you can just push the cancel button. That'll cancel things. Right, but we're going to save it because we like it. Alright, later I'll talk about how you can add images. It's very simple to do. But for right now, we're going to put some information in here. And I'm not talking about a business, I'm talking about an event, so I'm just going to highlight all of it. Oops, it won't let me. Alright, then I'll have to manually select it. So I'll say, all are welcome to attend the church picnic this Wednesday. Please remember to bring lawn chairs and a and food to share. Right. I think that's pretty simple. And we'll just center this. So to center your text, you're going to highlight it. You can align it left, you can center it, you can align it to the right, or you can even justify it, but we're going to go ahead and center it, because that's the way it's going to look best here. You can make it bold, or you can not make it bold, or you can make it italics, or not italics, or you can make it underlined, or not underlined. We're going to leave it simple, although I guess I'll go ahead and italicize it. There we go. Alright. So that simply changes that. We could change our style there. We could change our sizing here if we wanted to. Change our color. Make it a fun green just for the fun of it. The other thing you might want to know about, this makes a bulleted list. So if you say, maybe when we decide to say please bring, you might do it like this. We might say lawn chairs. Let's see here, we might say picnic blanket. And food to share. And then to make this a bulleted list, you just highlight it, and you can click Make It Bulleted. Probably want to left align that. You could also make it numbered, if you wanted it numbered. But for our purposes, bulleted is probably the best. We can increase the indentation like this, and it'll change the bullet style. You notice the style changes every time, just to reflect that it's on a different level. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Alright, let's say we want to put an email here. To get out of this, you just keep pushing push the enter key, and push the backspace key, and the backspace key again. Questions? Maybe people have questions. Say, contact Annalise at, and then I'm going to put my email address, Annalise at fellowshipbcwaco.org. Alright, now you'll notice it automatically makes it a link. However, just to make sure the link is properly connected to my email address, you always need to check this. So highlight the link, alright, and you can push this little chain button here. It says Insert Link. You can click there. You can also come over to this side and you can push Link here. Either button will do. I'm just going to go ahead and push this one. It says Insert Link, and it loads, and we want to make sure email is selected. Sometimes you might have web address selected or something else, but email address is what we want this time. This is the text that's going to be displayed, and this is the email address it will display to. And since they're one and the same, that's a good thing. I could also say contact Annalise here, and to do that, and then they could click the actual word here, so you could go like this. Type in here. Alright, and the link color is going to be blue. So this is pretty blue. You can change the color here to make it bold, italics, or underlined here. Push OK. And look, it has changed to here. And when they click here, though, it'll take them to my email address. Alright, so that's a way to do that. Let's go ahead and say, well, let's leave it at that. That's good. Alright, so we're going to save this. Then down here, we also want to include the fellowship website. So we're going to click this edit button if you want to be formal about it, or you can just click anywhere in here and it'll allow you to start editing. www.fellowshipbcwaco.org. Oops, I pushed another key. It got confused. .org. Enter. Alright. They already made it a link, but we're going to double check and make sure the link is correctly placed. It's the web address. There's the link. And this is what it links to. That is correct. So we're going to go ahead and push insert. There it is. You have inserted a link. It's a really simple way to do that. Alright. So we're going to save that. We're also going to scroll down here. Now let's say we don't really need a coupon for this because there is no coupon to come to the picnic. So let's get rid of this block. To get rid of the block, just go up to this little button here and it says delete this block. Click on that. It'll ask you to make sure, so in case you accidentally clicked on it without meaning to, you can say no, cancel, I want to keep it, but we want to get rid of it, so we're going to push OK. We definitely want to delete this block. And the block will vanish. Notice this is a spacer block here. You should just make a note that it is just blank space that it leaves there for you to put in between different blocks so that your email is not so crowded. This is how to do just some basic editing on there. You can view the other videos to find other ways to edit your email. Also, let's say we want to preview our email too. We've made our additions and we want to preview and see if those links work that we put in. Click on preview. And it'll open up here. This is our email. This is how it's going to look so far. Say we want to test this link. Click here. Push allow. So you're allowing it through. You might have to wait for it to load for a minute. Well, hopefully, maybe our link didn't work. Ah, there it is. As you can see, this is the email. It would allow me to email to Annalise Sandiker here. Alright, so that one is working. No, I don't want to save my changes to that message. Alright, let's check our website, see if that one worked. Just click on it. And it's going to load for a second. And yes, it takes us to the fellowship website. Great. So both of the links are clearly working. Everything else appears to be in order. All right. And that's how you make some basic additions to your email.